This is something I've always wanted to do for a long time. Um, it's an experience I had when my late wife was alive. One morning she woke up and said she had a dream of dying. And I said, "Who died?" I said, "Was it me? Was it you? Someone in the family?" She said, "No." She said she dreamt her own death. And I said to her, "Well," I said, "I think I'll go before you." I said, "You're a lot stronger than I am." Anyway, she explained the dream. She said we was driving along. She remembered the wipers were going, and she thought it was snowing. We had 3 children in the car. She said 3 girls, and she said there was something wrong with one of them. Anyway, she said we're driving along, and she remembered she was in and out of she was sleeping or things in the hospital, looking out of her body, looking down at me, crying over her, and she wanted to tell me. She said, "Lee, I'm all right. I'm back with my family. I'm back. I'm back with I'm back home. Don't. I'm all right. Don't cry. I'm all right." You know. And she kept trying to tell me, but she couldn't. I mean, she said she didn't think she was. It was just like she was just up there looking down, trying to contact. But she said there were 2 figures. She does remember this. There was 2 figures. She said, "I don't know if they were God and Jesus or some entity, but," she said, "without them, it was all thought transfer." She said it was just like she said, "I can't explain it. Everything is like everything is." I don't know. Anyway, she said, "No, this is not the moment. Or this is not the time, or this is not his time. Is not ready yet," or something like to that extent. That's what she said. But she wanted to try and communicate with me to say she was all right. You know, she said she was looking out, and I asked her, "Did you see everything?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I saw the nurses. They were running around. They said they were doing checks on me. She could see me crying over her. She saw my mum and dad and her mum and dad. She saw everything." And I don't know why. I said, "Did you see what time it was?" She said, "Yeah." She said it was 10:20. And that was it. You know. But then she did say that everything was like vivid. Everything was so bright. Everything, and she felt so peaceful, absolutely peaceful. She said, "Never felt so peace in all her life, and love, so much love." She said it was like she was engulfed in love. But she wanted to try and tell me, "Don't worry, Lee. I'm okay. I'm all right." And that was a dream she had 10 years before she died. To this day, yeah, it would have been tonight at 10:20. In the morning, um, woke up, little Cletty, as you probably know from other videos, she got meningitis at 7 weeks old, so she's left her disabled. And Carol said, as we got up, she said, "Strange." She said, "Little Cletty has hugged me like she's never going to see me again." Anyway, didn't think much of it, and I went out to the garage. The other girls, Claudia and Camille, were in having breakfast with Mum, and I was in the garage. We've only not moved into this place for about, I think, a month, and I was planing down a door. Anyway, something, I don't know what made me want to come in. So I came in. As I came in, girl came running up to me. I said, Dad, Mum's not well. She's not feeling well. So anyway, I went over to her. She was just coming out of the toilet. As she came out of the toilet, she fell into my arms. So I fainted. Anyway, I wanted to get her to the door, so I dragged her to the street door, and I said to the kids, open the door, quick, get some fresh air. Anyway, I looked at her, and you could see something was up. She was frothing at the mouth. Anyway, the children got onto the ambulance, and I rang them up, and they got there. And I remember saying to the doctor, "What is it?" And anyway, she looked at me as if, it's bad. Anyway, we followed the ambulance and went to the hospital, and Carol was lying there. They'd done all the tests, and they basically said she's had an aneurysm, and in the brain, a weak vessel, and it just, well, exploded, basically. I mean, the doctor wasn't very. The way he said it, actually, when I look back, it was terrible. He just came in and said, "Are you the husband?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, she's had an aneurysm. It's like someone shot her in the head." And that's Boston Hospital. And I don't care what I say about Boston Hospital, Lincolnshire. I've had always bad experience there with all the family. And even when Carol was lying there, they said Boston Hospital, and you could see her fighting to probably say no. Anyway, at that time I kept saying to her, you can't die, you can't die. You got the children, you got to look after the children, bring up the children. So I'm in the hospital, and so I'm in the hospital, and they've done all the tests with Carol, and they just said, the brain has just gone. They said even if she was to, we could revive her, which they couldn't. She said she'd be like a cabbage. So we just had to, had to decide what to do. She was on life support. So we decided the best thing would be to turn off life support. And that's when I remembered her dream. And it all came back to me. I thought, Christ, this is what her dream was all about. She said, like in the dream, she said she was out of her body, looking down on me, and she could see everything. She said, in the dream, she could see the nurses, she could see the doctors, she could see me, mum and dad, her mum and dad. She saw everything. Because I even said to her, did you see what time it was? I don't know why I said that, but she did say, yeah, she looked at it, and it was 10:20. And that's when I looked up, and I knew she was there. In her spirit form, or whatever, she was there. She was looking there. And it's even though I'm sad and it brings it all back now talking about it, I know after the dream, all the things that she said, there was too many things there that you just, if you couldn't make it up, all the facts were there. So this is why I believe, I've never been a very religious person, but since Carol had that dream and what's happened, I do believe that this is just a shell. That's all it is. It's just chemicals. But inside, we have a soul, a spirit that goes on forever and ever. And as she said in a dream, she was back with her family, um, back home. I think what she meant was she was called it heaven. She was back in heaven, um, with everyone. That is like the real family, and coming down here, maybe she was an angel that had to come down. Well, these angels come down to sort us out, or make us better people. I don't know, but all I know is that dream she had. How could she have known? We had three girls. There was something wrong with one of them. She got meningitis. She thought it was raining, but it was actually snowing, and wipes were going. And looking down at the whole thing, the time, 20 past 10, the whole thing, it just gels it all together. And this is why you should never. I get upset because, of course, Carol was my soulmate, and she was taken away from me at 38. And a lot of people say, yeah, but why is God like this? Why does he make children die? Why does he bombs and wars? I don't know. Maybe because it's man-made. It's not nothing to do with God. God just said, this was period being said, get on with it, and that's it. It's up to you. There may be an evil entity, a devil that's out there, but all I know is that we're here, and I think the one, if people said to me, what is the meaning of life? And I could say one word, and that would be love. And there's not enough of it in the world. Sorry, I do get emotional. I've always been an emotional person. But no, if this little video can make you think there is something when we die. We just we can't just die, and that's it, the end of it. And some people have memories where they've been on this earth before. Little children have said, look, that was my mum, and I went over there, and that was they've been in the house, they knew everything. So there's a lot more to it. All I'm saying is now it's Christmas time, and I've always wanted to write a book about this, because there's lots more things that's happened since Carol's died. Like whenever I thought of her and woke up in the middle of the night, my lucky number is 3, and it's always been 333, and it's happened thousands of times. I don't know if that's one way it's a way she can communicate with me. I don't know. But there you are. I just hope this, I can laugh and cry, but I know that when we leave this planet, well, we leave this body, our spirit goes off to another realm, heaven, paradise, call it what you want. And that's it, really. And all I can say is Merry Christmas, Happy, Healthy New Year, and please don't be afraid of dying. You must not. There's no need to be afraid of dying. It's a start of a new life.